Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Darlington Nkwazi. In this video, I'm going to show you how to work with QHBoxLayout and QVBoxLayout. These are classes that allow us to arrange widgets in our applications. The QHBoxLayout allows us to arrange widgets horizontally, while the QVBoxLayout allows us to arrange widgets vertically. I'm going to show you how to use these layouts. I'm also going to show you how to nest different layouts. As usual, I already have a boilerplate code here, and what it does basically is create a window. So if I go to my terminal and say Python main.py and hit enter, you can see the window. All right, so what we're going to do now is create labels and arrange them. We'll first arrange them horizontally, and then we'll try to arrange them vertically. After that, we'll try to nest different layouts. Okay, so to begin, we'll just create the labels. So I'll say self.label is equal to q2widgets dot qlabel, and I'll say this should be label 1, and the parent should be self. Okay, and then I'll copy this, paste it here, and change this to label 2. Okay, and this to 2. So now if I save it and run it, you can see label 2. Okay, but we can't see label 1 because label 2 is stacked on top of label 1. Okay, so we'll cancel this and try to create a horizontal layout. I don't expect this to work, but I just want to do this to show you something. So I'll say self.horizontal layout is equal to QHBoxLayout dot QHBoxLayout. Okay, and I'll say the parent should be self. Now what we're going to do is add this labels to this layout. Okay, so I'll say self dot horizontal layout dot add widget, and then I'll say self dot label for the first one. For the second one, I'll just copy this, paste it here, and change this to label 2. Okay, now if I save it and run it, it doesn't work. Okay, and look at the warning that we have here. It says attempting to add Q layout to main window, which already has a layout. Okay, we're getting this message because a widget should contain only one main layout. Okay, so to fix this, we'll just create a widget and we'll make that widget the central widget. All right, so I'll come up here and say self.main widget. That's what I'm going to call it, and I'll say this should be cute widgets dot q widget. Okay, and I'll say this should be self. Okay, that's the parent. Then I'll come down and say self dot set central widget, and I'll say this should be self dot main widget. Okay, that's this one here. All right, and then I'm going to change the parents of these labels and the horizontal layout to self.main widget. Okay, now if I save it and run it, you can see that the labels are now arranged horizontally. Okay, let's try to arrange them vertically. So I'll cancel this, and I'll just copy all of this and paste them here, and I'll change this to label 3 and this to label 4. This should also be label 3 and this should be label 4. And instead of the horizontal layout, I'll change this to vertical. And instead of QHBoxLayout, I'll change this to QVBoxLayout. We'll also change this to label 3 and this to label 4. Okay. And then I'm going to come here and comment it out. Okay. Because I want the focus now to be on the widgets that are being arranged vertically. So I'll save this and run it. And now you can see that label 3 and label 4 have been arranged vertically. So that's how to arrange widgets. I've showed you how to arrange them horizontally, and I've also showed you how to arrange them vertically. All right, so I'm going to cancel this. What we're going to do now is try to nest the different layouts. Okay, so I'm going to restore this. So to nest the different layouts, we have to create a main layout, just as we created a main widget. Okay, remember a widget should only have one main layout, but here we have two. Okay, so we have to create one that would be the main layout, and then we'll put the other two inside it. Okay, so we will come here and say self.main layout is equal to QWidgets dot QHBoxLayout. Let's make it a horizontal layout. Okay, and we'll say this should be self.main widget. Okay, so the main layout for this main widget is a horizontal layout. Okay, um, so now for these other layouts, we will not give them a parent. So we'll take this off, and we'll take this off also. And we'll add this layout and this layout to this main layout. Okay, so we'll come down here and say self.main layout dot add layout. Okay, and we'll say the first one should be self.horizontal layout. Okay, and then for the other one, we'll just copy this, paste it here, and change this to vertical layout. Okay, so if we save this now and run it, you can see that the layouts have been nested. Okay, so label 3 and label 4 are arranged vertically, that's between them, but then together they are arranged horizontally with label 2 and label 1. To make it clearer, I'm going to give each of the labels a frame shape, a frame shadow, and a background color. Okay, so we'll start with the first label. So I'll say self.label.set frame shape, and I'll say this should be cute widgets.q frame dot shape, and I'll say this should be panel. Okay, and for the frame shadow, I'll say self.label.set frame shadow, and I'll say this should be cute widgets.q frame dot shadow dot raised. Okay, I want it to be raised. And then for the color, I'll say self.label.set style sheet, and I'll say the background color should be red. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is copy all of this, paste them here for label 2. Okay, I'll just change this to label 2. I'll do the same for label 3. Just change this to 3. And lastly, I'll do this for label 4. Okay, I'll just change this to 4. This has a color of red. This let's make this have a color of yellow. Okay, and this should have a color of blue, and this should have a color of green. Okay, so I think this is fine. If we save it now and run it, you can see it clearly. Okay, so label 3 and label 4 are arranged vertically between themselves, and together they are arranged horizontally with label 2 and label 1. I think we can stop here. So that's basically how it works. If you enjoyed watching this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks, and see you next time.